Hey everybody. I accidentally just clicked live, so I guess we're going live right now. But pretty much on time anyways, just a little bit early. Um Today is a little bit different of a show. Um I got to get my computer set up here. We're going to be doing a walk around. Main thing is I can't do that from StreamYard because StreamYard kind of like um degrades the quality of the camera that I have, and I'm pretty sure that if I go straight through YouTube, you guys will get a better view of everything that I have to show you. So that's what we're gonna do. I gotta set you all down here for a second so I can get my computer set up because that was like I said, accidentally launched this right now. So hold on one second. Let me figure this out here real quick. But I'm excited to show you guys everything. Yeah, especially the terrariums. I got some really cool terrariums to show y'all here. But let me um I want to stare. You know what? I wonder if I can get you. Oh, that's just gonna block everything. Just stare at some glue. Don't fall. Oh my lord. Yeah, don't fall. Okay, well whatever. You guys are just gonna stare at that. Give me a second here. But yeah, so I have got some cool fish tanks to show you. I just never really do it because this is more of a pain in the butt than my normal streams. And I've done it before, but I've only ever done it through StreamYard, and that's a pretty bogus way to do it. Like I was saying, it is a is that rock touching my? All right. It's a pretty bogus way to do it because it really degrades the quality, and you can't see as well. So I'm really hoping that this one comes off with better clarity. Yeah, I should have had this set up. Don't need this. Don't need this. Just put that stuff there. All right. Well, I can't see any of chat right now. So give me a second. Let me see if I can pull anything up. Cancel. Oh, all right. Oh yeah, I can scroll right on the screen. Never realized that before. All right, so we got. Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna freaking get my computer pulled up because, well, we're loading in here since I'm early, anyways. But I swear to God, you guys, you're not gonna be just looking at a blurry screen the whole time. We're gonna have some pretty tanks to show off, some terrariums, some plant grow outs, and then talking about some brainstorming because I don't know, I got a couple tanks I could be doing some stuff with that I'm not really doing much with right now. So we'll see about that. Okay, there we go. Computer's loaded up here. Let me mute this so you guys don't get the whole echo. What the heck? Come on, let me mute my damn computer. Come on. All right, there we go. This is going to be interesting, walking around with the computer. Well, I think I'll probably find a stationary spot for the chat computer, and then we'll change locations based on where we go. Because we do have two main spots to go to, because I have my fish room that you guys normally see while I'm live streaming, and then I have my tanks in my living room, which two of those are terrariums, and two of them are aquariums, and then I got my plant stand over there. that I'm gonna switch up my plant stand shortly here to turn into a bit of a propagation station, I think, because I am getting overrun with a couple plants and I need to figure out what to do with them. So I'm probably gonna turn them into some baby plants and then maybe bring those to swaps every now and then, or just sell them on Marketplace. All right, what am I doing? I'm going to my live stream. That's weird. I never look up my channel on my computer. There it is. Okay. All right. It's muted. I now have access to chat. Bada bing, bada boom. 10:44. We're still technically running early. Not bad. All right. How am I looking? Let's see. Looking pretty clear. All right, let's see how the tanks are looking on a shot. Definitely coming off. It's definitely a little grainy, but definitely better than what I'd be getting through StreamYard, I'm pretty sure. So I think this is worth it. All right, so this the 33 long. If I would have done this like last week before we hit the swap, it would have been a totally different scenario. Dude, stop. Don't need to renew any antivirus. All right. So I just did like a little bit of a rearrange too, so I got some stuff to talk about and things like that. But all right, let's say hi to everybody and then we'll get moving on that. Walkthrough. I probably should put this on a tripod so you're not jumping around the whole time. Let me do that. See, when you have a like a set way of doing things and then you deviate from it, it's a little hard to just like predict how all this is going to go in my head. It's been a minute since I've done a walkthrough, and I guess I could record a video, I guess, and we might talk about that in a little bit because hold on. All right. Sweet. Jesus, this computer with all these darn pop-ups. All right. And then, of course, I touch the screen, so, or my camera. All right. So the one thing I am curious about is if I am actually coming through on my microphone or if I'm coming through on the iPhone. So if you guys think I'm coming through my microphone, that would be awesome. Or can you let me know? Otherwise, I'll just unplug this thing. But I'm pretty sure it's coming through the microphone. I don't remember how that works with YouTube. All right. So we got Fission Tactics, Mexicali, Linda Worth, Uncle Smiley's, Christian B, Jesse from Just One More Fish, Jeff Kane, Peplin, I can't remember if I don't think I said you yet. Flatbed, Nano Aquarium Guy, what's up? What's up? Whoa. Oh my lord. All right. You're getting excited with the feed shots. Yeah. You guys got a show. You got to see my my piggies down there. All right, come on. This McAfee pop-ups are like driving me nuts. Brandon, it's your birthday today? How did I not know that, man? Happy birthday. What? No way. Happy birthday, man. Very cool. Very cool. That is awesome. Well, I think I know what I can get Branton for his birthday. I mean, besides for the feet shots, I mean, those were, I guess those were free. Officially 68 years old. Yeah. You old man. Yeah, dude. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, Brandon. For real. Great guy right there. Yeah, can't say enough good things about you. At 68, Jeff. Isn't it one per year? All right. That is that's awesome, man. Hopefully you're chilling and relaxing and enjoying it rather than working. But yeah, Jody, I am a little bit early. I wasn't exactly certain how this one was going to go because I was setting it up. I usually don't set up through YouTube. I usually go through StreamYard, and I guess I could have done my normal setup, but I wanted to get the best quality for a walk around. And based on what I'm seeing, it looks like I'm getting it's worth it. Instead of doing the StreamYard version of a walk around, which, like I said, it just degrades the video quality. So I think it's gonna be worth it. Uh, and then I thought he was late, but um, I accidentally launched it early. I didn't even mean to. I was setting it up on my screen or on my phone and my touch screen, and I accidentally hit the live button. So that's how we ended up so early, which is good though, because I didn't know how it was going to go anyway. So I'm glad that it worked out, because it could have been a tragedy, you know. Me and technology sometimes don't really jive. All right. Okay. If I swear to God, if I get one more pop up on my computer, I'm gonna smash it. I feel you, man. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Usually it ends up just being like that. Just depends. Unless I usually don't take the day of my birthday off. I usually try to snag like the Monday or Friday of that week and take that off instead of getting like a random day in the middle of the week, get the 3 day weekend or whatever. But yeah, I feel you. All right. So today's stream, which I think I've said this a couple times, we are looking at some fish tanks. I got some stuff to show off, um, some projects that I want to start, I guess, or whatever. Nothing too crazy. Just two tanks that just got set up, and then I guess we can actually talk about the swap that me and Brandon went to over the weekend too, which was really fun. That was I should be prepping the area to do this walk around here, but that was a lot of fun. That was it was I don't know, the most fun I've had in a long time. I forgot how much I liked being at a swap and engaging with a bunch of people and talking with people, and forgot how much I missed that about doing the fins and feathers swap that I used to do all the time. So, all right, let's check this out. I guess we'll start at this one, which I had actually I've cleaned the majority of the glass, and I guess I neglected to clean this tank right here. Um, that's unfortunate, but whatever. Get some glare there. Yeah, dude, it was a blast. Um, yeah, it was a blast. It was the Milwaukee Aquarium Society swap, which I keep getting it confused with like the Southern Wisconsin swap, which I think we went to too. There's too many or it was all Quad City. Me and Brandon were talking about this. I know I'm going to be completely confused for the rest of my life because of the location changes from Quad City, and I think we've only been to the Milwaukee Aquarium Society swap, and then it was just the Quad City swaps, just different locations. But yeah, it was a really fun one. Uh, Whatever. This tank isn't that much to look at, but yeah, Jeff bought some stuff there. He definitely definitely left with quite the collection. I got some plants, got some shrimp, some snails, uh, but nothing, yeah, nothing too crazy for me. Not yet. Not yet. Maybe soon getting some projects going. I'm telling you, I really want to get they're not fish, but they're I want to get poison dart frogs. I would really like to do that, and I have a tank set up that is just I think would be ripe for them. Um, and we'll actually look at that tank and we'll talk about that. And I just need to get the confidence to do it, I suppose, because it's a little bit that's a scary one. Poison dart frogs. And not that I'm terrified of the frogs. I'm terrified to kill them. I don't want to hurt them or just be ill-equipped to keep them. So there's that. All right. I really should have cleaned this tank. Whatever. I cleaned the rest. Most of them should be pretty clean, at least on the outside. All right. Okay, so we're gonna go right to left here. Um, this first tank is it's a 10-gallon. Never had these Harlequin reservoirs in here before. Had them in a different tank, and then had to do some rearranging, and they're in there right now. Don't necessarily know if I'm going to end up keeping these guys, but I am curious that if I leave them in there for a while with the amount of moss and like broadleaf plants that there's in there, that if I hit them at the right time, if I leave them in there, pull them all out, I actually might be able to get some eggs, because I definitely got some pretty fat females in there. It looks like, like you can see that one right there. Pretty sure that's a female. The coloration, I don't know. They're not exactly that colored up right now. So yeah. But I'm thinking about, maybe just giving that a shot, pulling them out and putting them in a different tank that I have. Problem is though, is I have I have the 20 long terrarium right here. That takes up a large section of the rest of my tank, and you guys will kind of understand what I'm talking about. And I don't really have a bigger tank to put them in, and I feel like the 10-gallon it's not the greatest spot for them. I feel like they need a little bit bigger of a spot, so I don't know what I'm gonna end up doing with them. Ooh, dart frogs are easy. Don't overthink it. I don't get the opportunity often. There was some excellent fish available. Yeah, oh, definitely from that swap for sure. I'm now culturing fruit flies and peanut beetles for Nicole's spiders. Holy crap, Nicole's got spiders. Oh my lord. Does she got jumping spiders? Jumping spiders are cool, dude. I have a jumping spider friend that's in my my plants over there. That I love the guy. Actually, I got to post this video. He actually jumped out and joined me while I was drawing on my desk the other day. It was pretty funny. Like, came check me out and then like went back to his freaking hideaway. But if they're not jumping spiders, that's terrifying. I think the food is the biggest pain with the dart frogs. Yeah. So there's still more research, and still more research I gotta do. So I'm not jumping the gun on it anytime soon. And it's also they're not exactly cheap, finding them, and then but I would like to find like a reptile swap, because they happen pretty often in my area, and maybe snag one from there and then be able to talk to somebody and get a lot of person-to-person information. Brandon, I have a fish room jumping spider. I found its way into town. Yeah, yeah, dude. They are like, they have personality. Those jumping spiders, they're not just like a. And maybe it's just me projecting on the average, quote unquote, creepy spider that I don't like. But jumping spiders have personality. They're not like the average. But all right. So looking into this tank, it's really kind of hard to tell. It is like my main like moss culture. There's a Java moss or a Christmas moss in there that grows like crazy, and I'll pull that out, and you'll see that used in my terrariums. You will see it being used in some of my tanks, but this is the main tank that grows all of my moss, and I usually put some small Anubias clumps in there as well, just to kind of grow them out, and it just seems to be the perfect tank for them. Lower light. They don't really grow a lot of like algae or anything on them, as opposed to like a tank with like higher light or whatever. Yeah, and then we got a crypt Pontedera in there. We got some Pogostemon Slotus octopus that's growing out like crazy from the back, that was left over from the original build of this, and I need to actually, I probably won't pull that out. I'll probably leave that in there because it's probably keeping the rest of it from growing anything, any algae or whatever, blocking out a lot of the top light. So yeah, that's that tank. Not very interesting. Now let's drop it low. All right, let's see. Dark frog. Oh yeah. I also have jumping spiders in my fish room, and baby toads found their way into. Jesse, if toads find their way into my fish room, we have a problem. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Jeff. Yeah, you and me as well. If I had a random toad in my fish room, I'd have a problem, for certain. That's funny. I am jealous of the like the keepers, the fish keepers that have like rooms in like the more tropical climates, and you end up having like frogs and stuff in your room. Like that stuff's so neat, so random to find. Um, I would imagine that it leads to some problems too, some headaches or whatever. But for me, as someone that doesn't have to deal with any of that stuff, it just seems cool to me. All right, so let's see. Is this a little bit better of a look? Kind of see it at an angle. All right. So this was known as the 10-gallon bouquet tank, and originally it was like a very heavy center, kind of like island aquascape. It had like monkey pods and a bunch of different like botanicals that kind of created like a, I don't know, I always described it as like a bouquet shape. Bunch of different stuff all in the center. Then I added pearlweed to kind of create a carpet around the outside, and that pearlweed is growing a little bit tall. So I got to do some trimming and actually find the aquascape that was there. So I'm going to need to I'll trim back all of this pearlweed over here, and then these crypts are actually growing pretty wild too. So I'm going to need to pull out some of those because it's supposed to be all low all the way around, and just the center is really, popped out. Still looking great though. I'm really happy with how it I guess it's matured. It's changed a lot. Definitely some of my wood has fallen over just due to plants like growing and stuff. Yeah, I gotta trim a lot of that pearlweed. Oh, those crypts have gone crazy in the back there. I got a bunch of baby crypts in the back. That is sweet. Sweet. There's also blue shrimp in here, And problem is like you'll see some decent ones, but there's a lot that are just there's actually a lot more than I expected, to be honest. Because when I got in here the other day pulling out guppies, I guess I stirred them up. But but yeah, we're gonna talk about my new shrimp colonies over here, because basically I haven't maintained like any of my shrimp colonies, and I have a lot that just come out with like kind of bogus coloration. Um, not the greatest not the greatest lines, especially my red ones. Um, my red ones end up going very pale, so I needed to kind of refresh all that. Uh, I would love to have a couple of tree frogs in the fish room, but there's not enough food for them. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. It's like neat that you just kind of get those random little friends that are coming to live with you. Um, and I don't know. I like seeing stuff like that. Except for crickets. Crickets getting out when you're feeding, and then you end up having one that's chirping forever, and you can't find it. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I do have pingu guppies in here too, which are let's see. Yeah, that's a pingu guppy right there. It's like a pink body, black head. They get some pretty crazy colorations. Pretty crazy colorations. And even the female, like that big old female right there, is I mean, that's really colored up. You don't see that all the time with like female guppies. They're very interesting. And I know another guy that has them, and we both were talking about how we thought that they would be such good sellers, and they're not. People just are not that interested in them, even though that's like, I mean, the coloration's crazy, and they breed pretty true. Would have thought people would have been more interested in them. All right, so then we'll work from the bottom to the top, I suppose. Uh, and the two bottom tanks, I mean, those are just those are just tubs. They just have there's some mollies in that one right there, and there's some regular just mixed guppies, and a bunch of Vallisneria in there, and duckweed, as you can see, a lot of duckweed on the top. So not much to see, not very interesting. So this tank right here is pretty much empty. It's got like a couple plecos in there. This one just needs to be reset. Now, I didn't even know that I had guppy grass. All right. And apparently there's this just huge ball of guppy grass growing in the back of one of these tanks. So when I got into it, I was like stirring stuff up, and found a bunch of guppy grass. Didn't even know I had it. So that's pretty sweet that I actually have a culture of guppy grass. So I think I'm gonna like break the whole tank down, take every bit of livestock out of it, and then set it back up as like a guppy grass tank, and then maybe I sell guppy grass too. I don't know. I just didn't even know I had a culture of it that was actually doing anything. It's pretty crazy to find. Um, all right, sweet. So then, and then I gotta find a fish to put in there or something. I'm not really certain. I'd love to. I wish I had changed like the height of this rack so that if I had the shelf above, maybe like another click or two higher, and then I would have been able to fit possibly like a 20-gallon tall. Here, I'd be in this corner right here. Sorry, I thought I was like in these to replace these two tanks is like a 20-gallon tall. I think that would have made me happier. But I don't really think I'm gonna go that route because I do not feel like resetting that the heights of these shelves. They're very, very, very much a pain in the butt, especially with the big tank that's on it above it. All right, so this is my blue metal lace colony. I just need to reset this tank, basically. The Bacopa is growing out of hand to where, I mean, it's hard to tell. There's like a lot of Bacopa just growing immersed out of here. It's just a big old mat of Bacopa. It looks, on camera, it looks horrible, but it's really not that horrible. It's just a lot of just overgrown Bacopa. You guys can't see me. Just a bunch of overgrown Bacopa all at the top, making it really dark, cutting out all the light. And there's some red shrimp in there, some rillies, and that's what I'm talking about. Like my red shrimp colony has fallen apart, and they are just not the hottest. And there's a bunch of like naturals, and yeah, just not doing the hottest. So resetting all of those was main goal, and I'm probably gonna try to break both those tanks down, like grab all the livestock out of them, separate out all the shrimp that are in there, and then maybe do like a deal for somebody in the local area for some super cheap shrimp. Yes, yeah, pretty much. I mean, those are pretty much my breeding tanks, I guess, if you'd call them that. It's they're ones that I just don't pay that much attention to. You know, they're in the corner and they're low, like lower. And you guys will see recently all this stuff it got kind of like rearranged as we're going on here. So these two tanks are like brand new right here. Yep, there we go. So these two tanks right here are like brand new. They are just set up in the past couple, or set them up Monday, and then finished the setup Tuesday morning, I think. Blue shrimp colony, red shrimp colony. I got both those from Branton. Brand new, clean colonies that have no mixed genetics or whatever. They're just like a clean colony. So I'm super excited about that because I'm going to have some brand new shrimp. The plan for this is, I'm going to lower this a little bit, is it's going to be kind of like a half bare bottom, half substrate setup. I didn't lower that enough. It's going to be like a half bare bottom, half substrate setup. So the front of it's going to be kind of glass, and then the back is going to have substrate, moss, and all of that stuff. I want it to be easier to find out how much shrimp I have, be able to look at them, be able to call them, and actually maintain decent colonies. So I have some like higher grade shrimp, and then maybe I just set up the other two colony for like lower grade shrimp, and I can have like two, because I do have a blue shrimp colony. There's just a lot of lower grade blues, and then I have a bunch of lower grade reds. So maybe I could have two levels of different shrimp, and that even could stoke purchases in and of itself. Or I just reset all that stuff and just rely on these two colonies right here, which maybe that's just a smarter way to go. I'm not really certain. Yeah, but these are brand new. There's just going to be some Anubias. There's going to be moss in there, and maybe a big old crypt or something. One in each, just for because I like putting plants in everything. Trick with the shrimp is keeping half the tank unplanted. See, that's exactly perfect. That's exactly what I was pretty much thinking. Brandon is leaving the tank like this. It looks like there's stuff in there. It's just because I've been messing with it, and there's like mulm and everything. But yeah, all of this is pretty much, the front half is going to be all just glass, and then the back will be like moss and Anubias and stuff. It'll be a little bit of a mess for a little while, but it'll be long run. I think it's going to be good. And I think that's pretty much what you're getting at. And I could just add sand up in front too, but I think it's better for me to keep it glass, that way I can easily clean up, and I don't know. All right, so those are my new shrimp tanks. Pretty excited about that because I love having shrimp available because people always buy them. Like, always buy them. Now this tank right here frustrates me because I spent this morning getting this stuff kind of like ready, and I was like cleaning everything up, and I had the glass completely clear, and then I was like, oh man, since I had the top open, I let it get dry. So I'm like, I need to spray it, and I shouldn't have sprayed it. I should just let it stay dry for a little bit until I did the tour, because now it is now it's all foggy. But this is like, hold on, let me just grab a paper towel real quick. Finally got a better lid for this thing because my lid was dumb. It was so dumb. I'm gonna keep this paper towel on me. So this tank, I just went through and cleared it up just so we can get some light on some of the things that I think are cooler about it. So we have all of this moss, some of which I'd ordered online, like this that spiky moss right there. Ordered that clump online. Some of the stuff I've actually wild collected. Branton, me and Branton were actually out hanging out in the that one place we went to, out in the wood. Oh my God, Matheson. We actually were able to grab some stuff, and I got some of that. I think it's a lichen or something like that, but it's actually growing like crazy in there. Looks really neat. Then I got some. Yeah, Matheson. Matheson. Oh, man, I'm out of coffee, guys. That's sad. I only got a couple sips left. Oh no. Wi-Fi was going a little wonky. All right. So I got all this this moss. Now see this right here. This moss right here is my Christmas moss. That's actually growing in a terrarium. Now I think that any aquarist that really likes to grow plants should have at least one terrarium going. All right. And the reason I say that is if you have a high humidity setup like this, if you have, like Chi-Chi was talking about this when we had him on live, if you have a plant that's harder to grow in an aquarium, if you throw it in here, usually it'll just be stupid easy to grow. Because most of the plants that we struggle with are really just plants that just don't want to grow in an aquatic environment. So if you throw them into a terrarium, you'll be able to grow out, a few clumps of that. And I'll actually show you some buse that I'm growing out that's growing like crazy because I have it in a terrarium and not in a aquarium. So hold on. So if I go on the mic drop, I get a coffee cup? I mean, you don't even have to give me a coffee cup to get me to go on a live stream. I love live streaming with people. But yeah, I do need another coffee cup. I love coffee cups. I could be missing the point. I always feel never mind. I always feel dumb because I when I'm reading stuff, sometimes I miss the point. I think that's what you're saying though. Anyways, yeah. So this is this. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. So this right there is a dark Pelia or whatever. I was in Walmart. I saw it. I was like, ooh, that looks really cool. Looked up, said it would do good in a terrarium, and they were right. That thing grows like crazy, and it looks super cool. Reminds me of something I would see in like Jurassic Park. The colorations and the shapes of the leaves. So those right there, you see those at the base of it. Those are actually crypts growing immersed. They just grow like crazy, popping out all over the place. You'll see them every now and then. I got some hygro. That's a hygro cherry leaf. Yeah. Counted up coffee cup one off for everyone that's been on so far. How far are the plants? Oh, we're actually gonna look at those, Brent. That is towards the end of the tour, but they are doing very well. All right, so we got. Hold on. Is that thing flowering? Do y'all see that at the Pelia? All right, so right behind that, see that leaf that's shooting straight like a 45-degree angle? There's like a bunch of like little leaves, like a little circle of leaves. I believe that is flowering off that plant. That is so cool. Huh. All right. Sorry. I'm getting amazed just looking at this thing. All right, so this is my first big terrarium. Started with a 5-gallon, went to a 10-gallon, which I still have, and then I was like, you know what? I need a 20-gallon terrarium. And a lot of fun. It's the easiest freaking project you could set up because you don't have to do water changes. And pretty much any aquarium plants that you have sitting around, if you throw them in a terrarium, you'll be able to grow them. So you don't even need to really buy new stuff. You can go out and wild collect stuff if you're in a tropical climate. That's super easy. But if you're just like in a, like the Midwest, like me, and you have temperate climate, a lot of your terrarium plants or a lot of your aquarium plants are gonna be perfect for this kind of situation. I actually kind of think I want to try some pearlweed to see how that would grow in a terrarium. And then pretty much any of the hard ones to grow would be super easy in a terrarium. I've said terrarium like 4 times in a row there. I'm not Mike material because I'm Kyle. Oh my god. My knees are going to break. Yeah, the size can be the constraint for sure, because the 5-gallon didn't do it for me. The 10-gallon was fun, but it's I don't know. The 20 long really showed me that I was like, ooh, if I make a bigger terrarium, that's more fun. And wait till you guys see the 29 that I have. That is my big terrarium. That is my pride and joy. All right. So then let's go up. Okay. So this tank right here is not much to talk about. This was first dirted tank I ever did with like dirt. Like potting soil dirt, but not potting soil, just like yard dirt, whatever. Capped it with sand. This thing just grows insane amounts of plants. This is dwarf sage. I've gotten it, let it grow too tall, basically, but it's yeah. So there's sage in there. There's crypts. There's Rotala. There's a bunch of stuff in the center of there. I just need to clear it out and reset this one as well. This one, the reason how I got like this was actually just recently moved here. And I moved it here because I was like, I have not been taking care of this one. I need to focus on it and get this reset up. And if it's like up on top of my stand here, I'll actually be able to I don't know, do that. So we're gonna not much to talk about there, just needs work. This is the 33 long we were looking at earlier. A lot of interesting things in here. Yeah. So we have a dwarf neon rainbow. That one right there is a baby I actually bred. Can you see him? Or her? I think it's I'm pretty sure it's a her. This is actually a dwarf neon rainbow baby that I bred. We got a bunch of celestial pearl danios. They're all homebred. We have all pygmy swords in here. They're all homebred. And then we have my McMastery pair, which that guy is my homie. This dude is just gorgeous. And they lay, but I have not gotten any of the eggs to hatch. So one of these days, where's his female? Usually they're hanging out right around that hut. And I got bristlenose everywhere too. I mean, there's that bunch of different bristlenose, but yeah, the pygmy swordtails are probably one of the most surprising fish I've had fun with. I have a lot of female heavy, juvenile heavy right now population, so hopefully on the next round I can get some more males, because those are the ones that show real bright yellow, like that guy right there. Yeah. So this tank, real cool, real pretty. It had basically all of the growth was like this side right over here, really lush until I don't know, like Saturday night last weekend, and I trimmed it all back to bring a bunch to the swap that me and Brandon were at. So I basically I just need to cut off some of the dead growth and then just give it some time to grow back, and we'll see more. That right there, plant that's not doing too hot, was actually pulled out of another tank, and I literally just planted that in there, so that should be popping up soon. I got some Crypt Rosen Maiden, some I wish I should have labeled a lot of this, because I have like Crypt Lutea, I have Crypt Lucens. Lucens is over here. I have when Deadeye, I don't know. I got so many different types of crypts, and I have not kept nearly as good of organization on them as I should have. Yeah, that's what happens when you get lazy as far as organization goes. You don't want to do that. So that's the 33 long. 3 foot tank. Right, 3 foot or 4 foot? I always forget this. 4 foot. 4 foot. Yeah, 4 foot tank. 4 foot. Yeah, sorry. All right, so, and we move on and on and on. I really should have grabbed like a Celsius or something before I started this. All right. I think my laptop will live long enough. All right. Okay. Oh, lordy. Okay, so this is the 29-gallon terrarium. I guess it's actually a paludarium because it has water feature as well. You can see the water over here. We've got this Brazilian pennywort. We have bucephalandras in there. We have more of my Christmas moss. I have some dwarf bulbitis, I think it's called, or mini bulbitis in here as well, which I'm growing immersed because I want to get a bunch of it, and it seems to love growing in a terrarium. So I got a bunch of the mini bulbitis in there, the moss, bacopa, Brazilian pennywort. Got some water lettuce growing in there too. We got some buse. That buse was saved from an aquarium that actually was not doing very good. And so I pulled it out, put it in there, and now we actually have some green growth in the center. Those brown leaves, I mean, it's not going to repair the brown, but it'll at least start actually growing. So I'm just going to leave it in there and let it chill. And then we got this buse over here, which is Catherine, I think, which is growing just freaking amazing in here. So I'm going to leave that in there, and we're just going to get a big old mat of buse growing, and then I'll be able to pluck little portions off and then maybe try it in some aquariums. But it's kind of hard to put it in an aquarium after you see it in a terrarium doing well so easily. At least for me, I'm low tech caveman style over here. Literal caveman, not plugging any other YouTube channels there. All right, so then I actually threw some of that Spanish moss. Hey, Stephen P, I just saw you pop up in my chat on the on my phone over here. What's up, man? So I've actually threw some Spanish moss in there to see how that goes, because I think it'll do decent. But I have an asparagus fern and then a oh my god, I can't remember what the other one is. There's some other type of, it said it was a fern, but it's not an actual fern, one of those kind of things. I cannot for the life of me remember, but I remember that those two plants right there, although they look different, are in the same like family, I think, or something. Not 100% positive. Hey, I actually think I have my first slime mold on that leaf right there. See the white stringy stuff? That's cool. Very cool. What you don't see in here is my vampire crabs, and there's actually 2 of them, and they have created a like a hideaway over here that is like really hard to see. They have a whole cave system. Hold on, let me see if I can grab a flashlight. You know what? I gotta take my mic off because I don't want it to disconnect and then reconnect and be all weird. One second. All right, I'm back with a flashlight. Now, this is all right. So this is my vampire crabs have created a whole tunnel system under the it's kind of hard to see. But this is a whole tunnel system under this main piece of wood that goes up here. So you have like all of this, and they have like dug out a tunnel system back here and have a whole little like home. I don't know if it's really showing you the depth of it, but it is just insane. They have like a little pool down here. You see the little pool? And their tunnel system goes all the way through all that. So they don't ever come out to the front. They literally just live back there. Male, female. So maybe they'll do the thing, get some breeding, but that is a very just neat living arrangement they have set up there. And I don't know if they really got the like the view of like what that is, but it is just so neat. I mean, it's like tunnels that they've dug out through sphagnum moss and different stuff back there, and just found that so fascinating. Yeah, so this is my pride and joy terrarium. This is like a 29 gallon. Yeah, very happy. This is the tank that I would eventually hope to house like the poison dart frogs in. Yeah, Yeah, I would like to do the poison dart frogs in here. I think it would be a perfect terrarium for them. Let me know what y'all think about that. Oh yeah, dude. Congrats to Jesse too, by the way. That is so cool, man. Winning a shrimp contest, doing well at Aquashella. I watched your stream within my tanks, dude. Congrats, man. That is freaking awesome. I was um I was curious how that show was gonna go. It seems like the Aquashellas out there do really well. The Chicago show I went to was a good show too. Like last time they were here, it was a little slower, so I was a little worried about the turnout. But you guys broke records. I mean, that's fantastic. I am super excited that that worked out that way, and I'm excited to see what happens next year for that show. I hope they come to freaking Chicago because I really enjoy having a place that's like that close because it was the first year I went there was the one that they used to throw the Chicago one in Halloween, like during Halloween, and that was such a fun show. And then it was a lot different the next time I went. So, oh, all right. And it seems like they're getting back to just being more fun and just having more people, and I like that. All right, so this is my 10-gallon tank, 10-gallon terrarium. This was the first terrarium that I ended up like, or the second terrarium that I put together, but it replaced my first one. So I had set up a first terrarium and it was in a 5-gallon and I just really didn't like it. So I took all the stuff from that 5-gallon, upgraded it into this 10-gallon, and I just let this thing go ham. Like it is, what did you say, Stan? Kyle, you are sending me down a wormhole researching terrariums. Yeah, I have that effect, man. These things are fun. They're like I think that every aquarist should have at least one decent terrarium set up because with those plants that you have problems with, you can probably grow a few like a few portions or whatever you want to say of that plant, and then you'd be able to try it in your aquarium, and you wouldn't have so much of a worry about losing it and having to restart it and buy more or whatever. It's pretty sweet. They stopped doing Chicago because they heard rumors Brandon would be attending that. You know what? I think you're right about that, Jorge. I can see my computer now, guys, so I wasn't ignoring comments, but I don't have full access to it. I can just see what pops up on my computer. Just happen to be while I'm sitting here. So if you guys got something you want to tell me, now's your chance. But anyways, so this is my 10-gallon terrarium. This is the thing that started all that terrarium stuff. There's a lot of Brazilian penny. I keep calling it Brazilian pennywort. I'm pretty sure it's Brazilian pennywort. I remember I got it from Stefan. I'm 90% positive that's Brazilian pennywort. And I wanna. So the next thing is take like a portion of that and throw it in one of my aquariums on the top and see how it transitions to just like floating in an aquarium, and then maybe I can actually bring some of that and start selling it to people. But it's kind of neat that I could sell it as a terrarium plant or an aquarium plant if it'll float on the top. Like it would be neat to see if it'll do that transition or not. So I'm gonna try that. I'm pretty sure it will, but yeah, never know. I don't know if it's gonna like having the roots completely submerged. I mean, like you could see that it does well right there, but does that floating portion do well because it's attached to all the stuff that's out of the water? That's what I'm gonna have to find out. So I'm gonna cut off a portion of one of those, float it probably in my next aquarium that we're gonna talk about over here. Which is this big old tank, which we think we found out it was called the TV tank at one point. This is the tank that made me realize that I really like black silicone on tanks because I love the way that looks as opposed to the clear silicone, which is contrary to what I would have thought if you had asked me before I've seen it in person. These are my tequila split fins. I have a bunch of different plants in here. I got Cryptophinus, Crypt Rosen Maiden, Nubius, Crypt Lucens, crypt, probably a wind dead eye. I don't know. The bulbitis is looking rough because this is a consequence of having it under that higher pendulum light. Just kept growing algae. Since I've gotten rid of that higher pendulum light, um, definitely know a downturn of algae, or definitely have noticed a downturn of algae. Just got to wait for all of that stuff to kind of cycle out. Just keep doing those water changes, and that regular bulbitis should start growing pretty well. I have a large portion of it, so I don't want to lose it. I want to just try to clean it up and get it healthier. But yeah, probably gonna end up losing a pretty decent portion of it just because took some damage via the that algae. Yeah, so we got some barteri in there too, some decent clumps of Anubias barteri, and then we got that Ludwigia broadleaf. Yeah, Ludwigia, yeah, whatever. Reppens broadleaf. I don't freaking know. I don't know. I can never remember. I'm not a piece of meat to be shown off for. Hey, I have standards. Oh my god. Okay, so let me grab a water bottle here since I don't have coffee. I really wish I had a freaking like Celsius or something right now. I swear, that would be the bomb diggity. All right, so that's some mighty fine H2O. Okay, so I got this right there. Boom. We'll drop a low and we'll go into the plants, and then now this is how long have I been going for? I'm going for a minute here. All right, so this is Maya's tank right here. The one that she set up a while ago. It has a lot of duckweed in it right now. I just got to do a clear out of the duckweed. Let's see if I get it a little brighter. But yeah, I just got to clear out a bunch of duckweed. But she had set up this one a while ago. And this also has a backup culture of like the blue metallic guppies that I have. They also spit out some like half blacks every now and then. So it'll be like a kind of like a blue metallic front with like a half black back. Pretty cool looking strain. One of the most prolific guppies that I've had, like not prolific, I've made the most money off that strain out of any other fish I own. Yeah, which definitely tells me that since I've sold so much locally, I probably should keep it and then focus on something else for a little while, and it'll come back around. But it's going to be probably like less wanted for a little while just because it's been sold so much and I've sold so many to different people regular or locally. Okay, so all right, so this is the plant corner. Let's see. Probably going to take you guys off the tripod because at this point, tripod's just going to be a pain in the butt. Well, not, I'm going to use the tripod, but just use it like, just as a selfie stick. All right, so this right here is my Monstera, which has a lower light that shoots up to give it that glow effect and then grows up tall, which it's my favorite. It's beautiful, grows these amazing thick leaves. Oh, hey, look at it. There's a jumping spider friend. What's up, dude? Howdy. Sorry, didn't mean to shake you up there, buddy. So yeah, he and I'm sure he's got some other friends up here. Guard are oh, thank you, Jody. But yeah, that little guy there guards our fish room and plants. Why do you have it in a dark corner? You should highlight that tank because that one allows you to have the others. What do you mean? What do you mean, Jorge? All right, so I got that right there. Oh, dude. All right, no. So dead serious though. This is actually what I was talking to her about, like last night or the night before. Um, was because of the way that I do my water changes now. Having that tank on the bottom right there is like a pain in the butt, and so we are gonna probably be replacing like the bottom tank with like a terrarium or something in that corner, and then moving that tank over onto the rack. um Dead serious, that is actually what we were talking about last night. So you're it's funny you said that. Sure, it just sounds smart. Oh my god. All right, so I have this like crazy luck with scoring free plants. So I got this guy right here for free. So I'm gonna throw it in the garbage, and I just couldn't let it go. So I've been rehabbing that, and check this thing out. Grows amazing, um, shooting out babies. Uh, Pretty awesome. Very proud of it. Yeah. So rehabbed that guy, saved it. This guy I need to start propagating because it's going so crazy. You can't even like see past it. You can't even see past it, and then it's got all of this over here too. Like it's just insane. So I got to start trimming some of this back and propagating it into some babies and selling those, because I got a lot of it. So I got a baby red heart philodendron. Problem is I'm having these like holes in it. Damn, I just got spiked by that cactus. That was not fun. Um, got these holes in it, and I'm pretty sure it's from the. I got like a fruit fly kind of thing. Not a fruit fly. I don't know, some sort of little bug that is around them. Not the white bugs, like little gnat kind of things, but there's not a lot of them. I don't know how to describe it. So I got another baby one right there, this one, and then I got the mother right up here, which grows just amazing, nice red leaves. But I have this kind of like holes, so I don't really know what it's from. Yeah. This, however, was hidden back here, uh, and I did not see it, and it got really dry, and I think I lost. Oh wait, no, hold on. I thought that fell off. That's actually a new leaf. Never mind. So no, this is growing good. I did let it get pretty dry though. Uh, the way I had my plant set up, I had another plant right here. It was kind of blocking it, and I never really saw it, and I think I kind of forgot to water it for a little while. It got really, really dry, but it's definitely bouncing back and feels real good. That is definitely paint. That's definitely paint. Oh man. Huh. All right. Um. Okay. So. Oh yeah. So I got the Marble Queen from Branton right here, doing good. I got to put it into a new pot. Got extra pot here, and I have another one of those somewhere around here. I just got to find. I'm gonna throw it in there. I got this from Branton as well. Syndapsis exotica. Very pretty. It's a metallic leaf. Like it's like a very, very cool leaf. Also got the Spanish moss from him as well. Have some hanging up here. You guys saw that in my other terrarium, and then I got another portion of it right here. I want to spread it out. I got to find another good spot for it, and give it the best chance of doing well. Yeah. So that's pretty much the tour. I mean, I got another, yeah. This is the one that I cooked. Let it get way too dry while I was sick, and then it lost its baby leaf, which took forever to pop out. It's already got a new one though. So Jeez. Oh my god, you guys are funny. Coloring book, don't eat the paste. Stop being a bully. Yep. And then we got way to brag about having a job, Stephen P. Oh my god. You guys are funny, dude. I swear to God, I got the funniest friends. Um, all right, so yeah, yeah. So I cooked that one. I think that's what I was saying. And so that is unfortunate. Now we gotta wait for some more leaves to pop out of my propagated monsteras, but is what it is. Yeah, I do need to keep this Spanish moss moist. I actually sprayed it today. It was a little. It's probably need to spray even more. Sprayed the shit out of it. Let's go spray it real quick. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Soak it. Soak it. Yeah, I'm curious how the bunch that I will do, that I have in the terrarium will do. I think even that's going to need to be sprayed because I was doing some work on those terrariums before I went live today, trying to get everything to kind of be a little clearer and easier to see, which actually ended up working out pretty well. Worked out pretty well. Oh, I didn't show this off, but this is a project that I want to do at some point. Some sort of terrarium in a jar kind of thing. Love this jar. Got it for like stupid cheap, like $3. And when you're a container hoarder like me, you see something like that, you can't pass it up. Like for real. All right. Yeah, so I guess I do have to at least say one thing about Fishroom Punks, which is tomorrow. Don't get your hopes up until 100%, but I think I'm going to be able to ship out the horrible Fish Keepers pre-sales like a week earlier than expected because the cards should actually be ready tomorrow, which is pretty crazy. Way earlier than expected, so I'm pretty excited about that. So those should be coming out sooner than expected. And then if that happens, I got to look at the live stream schedule, but I might do like a pop-up vertical live stream showing off those cards when I have them, possibly tomorrow. If I get them early enough and I can, and we won't do like a full live stream like today or anything like that. I guess it just depends on what happens, but I will try to. It just depends on also the scheduling for everybody else because I haven't really looked into that. But I want to show them off as soon as possible, so get that first wave of shipments out before October and everything. So how come I didn't get offered a job? Oh my god! All right, so that is I'm looking at my computer screen right there. That probably looked weird. I was like, you're like, what the hell is he looking at? Yeah, but all right, so yeah, that's that. Oh, and this is my art desk with a bunch of printers and all my glorious glorious art supplies and projects and stuff that I've been working on. Yeah, so like I said, keep an eye out for like a pop-up vertical live stream. I'll probably do a vertical because it'll be easier to show off the cards on a full screen. You'll be able to get like the best picture of them, no through not StreamYard or any of that stuff. And then yeah, so I'm gonna get going, everybody. Thank you for sharing out the links. Thank you to Jesse, Just One More Fish, for doing so much of a great shout out at Aquashella. He talked to Grand Eater, which actually I saw a message pop up in my Facebook Messenger from him. So I appreciate that, Jesse, for doing that that networking. And I just gotta look into that message and see what's up. But yeah, thanks for everybody for showing up like always. Every Wednesday. It means a lot. go give your loved ones a hug. Fucking happy birthday, Branton. Woo! Happy birthday. And catch y'all later. Oh yeah, I gotta end this. How do I do that? All right. Yeah, much love, guys. Oh Jesus Christ. All right.